Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. If you're a collector or just someone with a few coins lying around, you might want to pay attention because we're talking about the 1949 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. This could be worth millions of dollars. Let's start with a bit of background on the 1949 Lincoln penny. This penny was minted after World War II, during a time when the U.S. economy was booming and production was ramping up. The Lincoln penny design, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner in 1909, had become a cornerstone of American currency. 1949 pennies were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But today, we're focusing on the Philadelphia minted Lincoln penny, which has no mint mark. And believe it or not, some of these coins can be worth millions. Now, you may be wondering, why is a seemingly ordinary penny from 1949 worth so much money? The answer lies in the condition, rarity, and certain rare errors that collectors go crazy for. Most 1949 Lincoln pennies are common, but those in pristine condition, particularly those graded as mint state or higher, can command incredible prices at auctions. We're talking thousands, and in some cases, millions of dollars. These rare, flawless coins are highly sought after by collectors who are willing to pay a premium for their rarity. So, how do you know if you have a valuable 1949 Lincoln penny? Let me walk you through the key features to look for. First, check the date. It must clearly read 1949. Next, look for the mint mark, or lack thereof. No mint mark means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. The condition is critical. Coins in mint condition, with no scratches or discoloration, can be worth significantly more. Also, be on the lookout for any errors, such as double die strikes or off-center errors, which can drive the value even higher. Let's talk numbers. In recent years, certain 1949 Lincoln pennies have sold for astonishing amounts of money. Some coins in perfect condition, graded as MS 67 or higher, have fetched prices ranging from hundreds of thousands to over $1 million at auction. These coins are often sold at high-end auctions, where serious collectors bid competitively for these rare pieces of history. Now, if you have a 1949 Lincoln penny at home, you might be wondering how to check its value. The best thing you can do is have your coin professionally graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grading will give you an accurate sense of the coin's condition and potential value. You can also check recent auction results online to get a sense of how much similar coins have sold for. So, there you have it, the 1949 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be worth a fortune, especially if it's in pristine condition or has a rare error. It's amazing how a small piece of history could turn into a massive payday. Remember to always check your pocket change and old coin collections. You never know what treasure you might find. We're talking about a coin that's surprisingly valuable, the 1961 Lincoln penny, which could be worth millions. That's right. This ordinary-looking penny minted in Denver in 1961 could be worth a fortune. But why? Let's break it down. So, what makes the 1961 Lincoln penny special? Well, it was part of the Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. The D mint mark tells us this coin was minted in Denver, and in 1961, over 1.7 billion of these pennies were produced. Now, at first glance, this may seem like an incredibly common coin. And you're right, many of these pennies still exist today, but the true value lies in the rare variations and high-quality grades. So, how does a penny that was once worth only a cent now fetch millions? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and, of course, errors. Let's explore the reasons that could make this coin so valuable. There are 3 main factors. Coins with errors are highly sought after by collectors. Some 1961 pennies have striking errors or die cracks that make them incredibly rare. These can be extremely valuable if you find one. Pennies that have remained in near-perfect condition, especially those graded by services like PCGS or NGC as MS 65 or higher, can fetch huge sums at auction. We're talking pristine, uncirculated pennies here. Some collectors are willing to pay millions for a 1961 D penny if it completes their collection or meets their criteria for rarity and condition. Okay, now let's talk about what to look for if you want to determine whether your 1961 D penny is worth millions. First, examine the coin for any visible mint errors, like double strikes or off-center designs. Check for die cracks or any imperfections that could make the coin unique. Second, evaluate the coin's condition. Coins that are shiny, have minimal wear, and sharp details are usually more valuable. You'll want to have your coin graded by a professional service if it looks promising. Some of these 1961 D pennies have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. In fact, some rare pennies from the same era have fetched upwards of millions at auction. That's why collectors are constantly on the lookout for these rare gems. For example, a mint-condition penny or a rare error coin can start a bidding war among collectors. Some have even sold for over $1 million due to their condition, rarity, and unique features. If you think you've struck gold with your 1961 D Lincoln penny, the next step is to take care of it. Proper storage and handling are essential to maintaining the coin's value. Use protective cases or coin holders to keep your penny safe from damage. And if you're ready to sell, always go through reputable auction houses or coin dealers to ensure you get the best price. To sum it up, while most 1961 D Lincoln pennies are only worth face value, those rare error coins or high-grade examples could be worth a fortune. So, go check your change jar, you might just have $1 million penny sitting in there. We're diving deep into the world of pennies, specifically, the 1962 Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny with a D mint mark. And guess what? This seemingly ordinary penny could be worth millions of dollars. First minted over 60 years ago, the 1962 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running series honoring President Abraham Lincoln. This iconic penny, featuring the famous portrait by Victor D. Brenner, was produced in the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark under the date. While millions of these coins were minted, only a select few are considered to be rare treasures worth a fortune. So, how do you know if your 1962 D penny is one of the lucky ones? There are a few major factors that make the 1962 D penny valuable. Let's break them down. The condition is everything when it comes to coin value. Coins in mint state or those graded MS 65 or higher can fetch high prices. Look for sharp details, no visible wear, and no damage. If your penny looks like it just rolled out of the mint, you might have a winner. Error coins are highly sought after by collectors. Examples for the 1962 D penny could include off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets. These minting mistakes can turn a common coin into a rare and valuable collectible. Coins graded by professional services, like PCGS or NGC, are given a grade on a scale of 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For the 1962 D penny, the population of coins in top grades is very low, making them incredibly desirable. So how much are we talking when we say this penny is worth millions? Well, in recent auctions, high-grade 1962 D Lincoln pennies have sold for thousands of dollars, and some error coins have fetched even more. Imagine finding one of these in your pocket change or a collection you inherited. It's like hitting the coin collector's jackpot. Some collectors have even valued certain rare versions at upwards of $1 million. Now, you're probably wondering, do I have a valuable 1962 D penny sitting at home? Here's what to do next. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect your penny closely. Check for wear and tear, mint errors, and any unusual details that might increase its value. If you believe your coin could be valuable, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Trusted services like PCGS or NGC will provide you with an official grade, helping you determine the coin's true value. So there you have it. The 1962 D Lincoln penny might just be worth a small fortune if you have the right one. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, it's always worth checking your coins. You never know, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure. We're going to talk about the 1963 Lincoln penny, specifically the one with no mint mark. Now, most people might think it's just an ordinary penny, but some of these coins have been auctioned off for staggering amounts. Let's find out why. First things first, let's talk about what makes the 1963 Lincoln penny special. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, which explains why it has no mint mark. Philadelphia was the main minting location at the time, and coins produced there didn't carry a mint mark, unlike coins from Denver or San Francisco. Over 750 million of these pennies were struck in Philadelphia, so what makes a select few of them worth millions of dollars? It's all about the condition, rarity, and errors. The first factor that increases the value of these pennies is the grade. If you've got a pristine, uncirculated 1963 Lincoln penny, something that's been graded as MS 67 or higher by organizations like PCGS or NGC, you're looking at a coin that could fetch an astronomical price at auction. An MS 67 grade means the coin is in nearly perfect condition with incredible detail, no wear, and minimal blemishes. The better the condition, the higher the value. But here's where things get really exciting: error coins. Some 1963 pennies have rare minting errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or die breaks. These errors can make a simple penny worth thousands or even millions of dollars. That's right. Error coins are the darlings of collectors, and they're always on the lookout for these rare mistakes. If you spot something unusual on your penny, like doubled letters or numbers, or strange markings, you might be holding onto a jackpot. In recent years, some error 1963 Lincoln pennies with no mint mark have sold for unbelievable amounts at auction. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in rare cases, even up to $1 million, depending on the rarity and condition of the error. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these valuable coins? First, carefully inspect the coin for any errors or unusual features. Then, get it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. This will give you an official grade and help you determine its true value. Once your coin is graded, you can either hold on to it and let its value increase over time, or sell it through an auction house or a trusted dealer. So there you have it, the story of the 1963 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and how it could make you a millionaire. Remember to always check your change, and who knows, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure. We're taking a closer look at a true gem that could be hiding in your pocket change, the 1964 D. Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny. And yes, believe it or not, some of these pennies could be worth millions of dollars. So, if you're curious about how this humble coin could make you a fortune, stay tuned. Let's start with some background. The 1964 D. Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D. Mint mark just below the date. This coin features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, which has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, in honor of the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. On the reverse, we have the traditional design of the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat stalks design in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But what makes the 1964 D penny so special? This is where things get interesting. While billions of Lincoln pennies were minted in 1964, only a few have caught the attention of collectors for being worth an astonishing amount of money. Some of these coins, due to errors, minting anomalies, or pristine conditions, can fetch prices in the millions. The highest values typically come from mint errors. This could include double dies, off-center strikes, or other irregularities that make the coin unique. Another factor that drives up the price is the coin's condition, often graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Pennies that are nearly flawless, especially those graded as MS 67 or higher, can be worth a small fortune. So, how can you tell if your 1964 D penny is worth more than just a single cent? There are a few key things to look out for. First, check the mint mark. Make sure it's a D for Denver. Next, examine the coin carefully for any minting errors. Look for any unusual markings, doubling in the letters or numbers, or anything that stands out as different. Finally, the condition of your coin plays a huge role. Coins in excellent condition with little to no wear are always going to be more valuable. If you have a 1964 D penny in mint state condition, consider getting it professionally graded. It might be your golden ticket to a big payday. There have been some incredible sales of the 1964 D Lincoln penny that have shocked the coin collecting world. For example, high-quality erorr pennies have sold for thousands and, in some rare cases, even reached 6 or 7 figures at auction. One exceptional 1964 D penny, graded at MS 67 red, sold for over $30,000 at auction. And those coins with unique minting errors? They've hit over $1 million in some sales. So, the next time you come across a 1964 D Lincoln penny, don't just toss it aside. Give it a good look, it could be your ticket to an incredible windfall. Who knew such a small coin could be worth so much? We're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, and boy, do we have a special one for you. Imagine a simple penny, but not just any penny, a 1968 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that's worth millions. You heard that right, millions of dollars for just a penny. So what makes this 1968 penny so valuable? First, let's break down the basics. This penny was minted over 50 years ago, during a time when the U.S. Mint was making the transition from using copper to copper-plated zinc for pennies. However, the 1968 penny is still made of solid copper, weighing in at 3.11 grams, which gives it a special place in numismatic history. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Most of the 1968 pennies were minted with a small mint mark indicating where they were produced. The letters D for Denver and S for San Francisco were commonly seen on these coins. But, the one we're talking about has no mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While Philadelphia pennies from that year aren't necessarily rare, certain unique factors can make them extremely valuable. What collectors are looking for is a penny that's in pristine, uncirculated condition, perhaps one that was somehow kept hidden away for decades, perfectly preserved. Combine that with rare minting errors like doubling on the date or lettering, and you've got yourself a potential gold mine in the form of a copper coin. Recently, collectors have been blown away as similar rare pennies have sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auction. We're talking 6 or even 7 figures. The value of these coins depends on their condition, rarity, and those key error features we just talked about. If you've got a 1968 Lincoln penny with no mint mark sitting around in excellent condition, it could be your ticket to a massive payday. But before you rush to cash in, remember this: rarity and condition are everything. If you think you have one of these rare pennies, the first step is to get it authenticated and graded by a professional coin appraiser. Grading services like PCGS or NGC can help verify the condition of your penny and determine its market value. Here's a quick tip: grading ranges from poor to perfect mint state, with higher grades fetching bigger bucks. So, make sure your penny is in the best shape possible before sending it off for evaluation. Who would have thought that a tiny penny from 1968 could be worth millions today? So, check your change, rummage through old coin collections, and you just might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting rare coin discoveries. We're diving into one of the most sought-after pennies in U.S. coin collecting, the 1968 S Lincoln penny, which could be worth a whopping $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. So, stick around to find out what makes this penny so special and how you can determine if you have one that's worth a fortune. First, let's take a quick look at the history behind the 1968 Lincoln penny. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The penny we're focusing on today comes from the San Francisco Mint, which is why it has the S Mint mark beneath the date. But what makes this little copper coin worth potentially millions of dollars? Well, it's all about rarity, condition, and errors. One of the main factors that drive the value of the 1968 penny into the millions is the presence of rare errors. Some of the most valuable 1968 pennies are those with minting errors, such as double die obverse, where the design is doubled, or off-center strikes. These errors make each coin unique and highly desirable among collectors. For instance, if you have a 1968 penny with a clear double die, you could be sitting on a small fortune. And that's not all, pristine condition also plays a massive role in determining the value. Coins graded in perfect MS-67 or MS-68 condition have fetched incredible prices at auctions. So, what exactly is coin grading? Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS standing for mint state. The higher the grade, the more flawless the coin, and the higher its potential value. To reach the $1 million mark, your 1968 penny would need to be nearly perfect, no scratches, no signs of wear, and with a beautiful shine. Many of these high-value pennies are found in coin rolls or old collections, forgotten for years. So, if you've got some old change lying around, it might be worth giving it a closer look. Now, let's talk about some of the jaw-dropping auction prices. The 1968 Lincoln penny in top condition has fetched extraordinary amounts at auction. One example sold for close to $1 million because it was not only error-free but also in pristine mint state condition. This goes to show that coin collectors are willing to pay big money for rare finds. And these prices are still climbing. As more collectors search for the perfect 1968 penny, the demand continues to increase, driving the value higher and higher. So, how can you tell if your 1968 penny is one of the rare $1 million coins? Here are a few key things to look for. Look closely for double die errors, off-center strikes, or any unusual markings. Make sure the penny has the S mint mark for San Francisco. Is the coin in near perfect condition? No scratches, blemishes, or signs of wear. If you think you have a rare coin, it's worth sending it to a professional grading service. This will give you an official grade and can significantly boost the value at auction. So, there you have it, the 1968 Lincoln penny, a small coin with the potential to make a big impact on your bank account. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and rare coin discoveries. And hey, who knows? Maybe that penny in your pocket right now is worth $1 million. We are diving deep into a very special coin that could be worth millions, yes, millions of dollars, the 1969 Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny. Now, if you're holding on to a 1969 penny with the D mint mark, you might want to keep watching because you could be in for a big surprise. Let's break down why this coin has the potential to make you rich. So, let's start with some basics. The 1969 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, and the D on the coin stands for Denver, where it was minted. In terms of design, it features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, or obverse, with the word Liberty and the year 1969. The reverse side has the Lincoln Memorial. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln sitting in the center. But what makes this particular penny potentially worth millions? Here's the thing, most 1969 pennies are pretty common and won't fetch you much more than a penny. But there are a few rare error coins from this year that have collectors going wild. Specifically, we're talking about the elusive double die obverse error, occurs during the minting process when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned, resulting in a doubling effect on the coin's text and numbers. In 1969, this error caused noticeable doubling on the words Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as on the date 1969. So, if your 1969 penny has this kind of doubling, you're looking at a coin that could be worth thousands, even millions of dollars at auction. The D mint mark on these coins indicates that it was minted in Denver, and while most of these coins are regular, some rare variations with errors slip through the cracks. These error coins are what every collector dreams of finding. But here's the catch, not all 1969D pennies with doubling are valuable. In fact, there are many fakes out there, so how can you tell if your coin is the real deal? The best way to confirm if you have a genuine 1969D double die penny is to get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will examine your coin under high magnification and confirm whether it's a rare error coin. Once authenticated, the value can skyrocket. In fact, some of these rare 1969D pennies have sold for over $100,000, and in some cases, millions of dollars at auctions. So, where can you find one of these valuable pennies? You might just get lucky by checking your spare change, coin collections, or even coin rolls from the bank. Keep your eyes peeled because these pennies are out there, waiting to be discovered. Always check the date and mint mark first, then look for that telltale doubling on the words and numbers. If you spot anything suspicious, it's time to get it checked out by a pro. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who likes to hunt for treasure, the 1969D Lincoln penny is one you should definitely be on the lookout for. Who knows? That penny in your pocket could be worth a fortune. We're diving into a truly exciting discovery. This little penny from 1973 might be worth way more than a cent. That's right, we're talking about a 1973D Lincoln penny that could be worth millions of dollars. Stay tuned because you'll want to check your change after this. The Lincoln penny has been an iconic part of U.S. coinage since 1909, with countless variations and mint marks produced over the years. But did you know that one of these pennies, specifically from 1973, with a little D mint mark for Denver, could make you a millionaire? This penny may look ordinary, but it's hiding something rare, valuable, and special. What makes this particular coin so valuable? Let's find out. So, why could this 1973D Lincoln penny be worth millions? Well, coins can gain immense value when they have rare features such as errors, limited production runs, or being in exceptional condition. Collectors seek out these rarities, which drives the value sky high. In the case of the 1973D penny, it's not just about the date or the mint mark. It's often due to a rare minting error or its grade. Some of these pennies have striking errors that occurred during the minting process, such as doubling of letters, incorrect striking, or unique anomalies. These errors make them stand out from the rest and can raise their value dramatically. The highest value is usually placed on coins that are graded as MS-65 or higher. That means the coin is in nearly perfect condition, something very difficult to find, especially for pennies that have been in circulation for decades. A pristine 1973D penny with the right attributes could fetch you millions in an auction. So, how do you know if your 1973D Lincoln penny is worth a fortune? First, look for that D mint mark just below the date on the front of the coin. Then, examine the coin carefully for any unusual markings or errors. Pay close attention to the lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Are there any signs of doubling or off strikes? Those could mean big money. You'll also want to evaluate the condition. Is your penny shiny and free from scratches? If so, you may have a high-grade coin, which could be incredibly valuable. Make sure to get your coin authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Even if it isn't worth millions, it could still bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In recent years, some rare 1973D Lincoln pennies have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auction. In one instance, a coin in mint condition, with no signs of wear, sold for an astounding amount, making the owner a millionaire overnight. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare coins in top condition, you could be next. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth millions? So, before you toss that loose change aside, take a closer look. You might be holding a rare treasure in your hands. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more tips on rare coins and hidden treasures. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video, and as always, happy hunting. We're diving deep into the world of the 1978 Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny, specifically the rare D mint mark version. This little piece of history is not just a penny, it's worth $1 million. So, let's explore why this coin is so valuable. The 1978 Lincoln penny is part of the U.S. 1-cent coin series, first issued in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The D mint mark indicates it was minted in Denver. But what makes this particular penny so special? Let's find out. While millions of Lincoln pennies were produced in 1978, most are not worth much more than their face value. However, the D mint mark version has become quite rare in certain conditions. Specifically, the coins that were graded MS-66 or higher by professional grading services are the ones that fetch those astonishing prices. Currently, the value of a 1978 D Lincoln penny can soar to $1 million when it meets specific criteria. But what factors influence this price? The condition of the coin, its rarity, and demand in the market play significant roles. Coins in uncirculated or mint condition are highly sought after. Look for coins with a strong strike, full luster, and minimal blemishes. Not all 1978 D pennies are created equal. The fewer there are in excellent condition, the higher the price collectors are willing to pay. As more collectors enter the hobby, the demand for high-quality coins increases, driving prices up. So, how can you identify if you have a valuable 1978 D penny? Here are some tips. Look for the D mint mark located right below the date on the front of the coin. Inspect the coin for wear and tear. Use a magnifying glass to look for scratches or any signs of damage. If you believe your penny might be valuable, consider getting it professionally graded by services like NGC or PCGS. The 1978 D Lincoln penny is more than just a piece of currency, it's a collector's dream. If you happen to find one in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. We're diving into a truly special coin that might be hiding in your pocket or piggy bank. Yes, we're talking about the rare 1980 Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark. This coin isn't just another penny, it's worth potentially millions of dollars. So stick around as we explore its history, features, and why it's so valuable. Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln penny was first issued in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, marking the 100th anniversary of his birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, it features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the famous wheat ears on the reverse, which remained until 1958. In 1959, it transitioned to the Lincoln Memorial design, which is what we see on the 1980 penny. Now, what makes the 1980 penny so special? Well, in that year, the U.S. Mint produced two varieties, one with a mint mark indicating it was made in Philadelphia, and the other, this is where the rarity comes in, *** without a mint mark ***, indicating it was produced in a different mint, but only a limited number were made. Now, let's take a closer look at the features of this penny. The 1980 Lincoln penny weighs 2.5 grams and is made from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a standard composition for pennies minted after 1982. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, which is surrounded by the words, United States of America, and 1 cent. But here's the catch. Finding the 1980 penny without a mint mark in great condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. This is the reason why collectors are willing to pay a premium for it. So, how much is this penny really worth? Well, it depends on its condition. The 1980 penny without a mint mark in circulated condition typically goes for around $5 to $10, which isn't bad for a penny. However, if you happen to have one in uncirculated condition or graded by a professional service, the value can skyrocket to anywhere from $50,000 to over $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, millions for a penny. Identifying the valuable 1980 Lincoln penny is crucial for any collector. Here are a few tips to help you spot it. Check the reverse side just below the date. A penny without a mint mark means it was produced in Philadelphia. Coins that are well preserved with no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration hold the highest value. If you believe you have a valuable penny, consider having it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A higher grade significantly increases its value, so there you have it, the incredible story behind the 1980 Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark. We're diving into a hidden treasure of American numismatics, the 1984 D. Lincoln penny. You won't believe what makes this coin worth a staggering $1 million. The 1984 D. Lincoln penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. It's made from copper-plated zinc and weighs 2.5 grams. But what makes the 1984 D. penny stand out is a rare error that has collectors buzzing. While most 1984 D. pennies are worth just a cent, some of them contain a fascinating minting error, specifically, the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect on the inscriptions. For our 1984 D. penny, this can be seen clearly in the date and the lettering. Coins with this type of error are highly sought after. In fact, one such penny recently sold for over $1 million at auction. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 1984 D. penny is one of these rare treasures? First, examine the date closely. If you notice any doubling, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. High-grade examples with clear errors can fetch anywhere from $500 to over $1 million, depending on their condition and provenance. If you believe you have a valuable 1984 D. penny, consider getting it appraised by a professional coin dealer or grading service. They can authenticate the coin and provide a fair market value. Who knew a simple penny could hold so much value? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1984 D. Lincoln penny and want to learn more about other rare coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you found any rare coins lately? We're diving into a very special coin, the 1991 Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark. This seemingly ordinary penny has a story that could make it worth millions. Stick around to learn why this little piece of history is highly sought after by collectors. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more exciting coin facts. The 1991 penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse side showcases the Lincoln Memorial. But what makes this coin particularly interesting is the absence of a mint mark. Most pennies produced in 1991 were made in either Philadelphia or Denver, with the latter typically marked with a D. The Philadelphia Mint usually produced coins without a mint mark. Now, let's talk about rarity. While millions of 1991 pennies were minted, the ones without a mint mark are significantly less common, especially in high-grade condition. This rarity is what drives up the value. In recent years, uncirculated versions of this penny have sold for astonishing prices, some even reaching $1 million at auction. So, what factors contribute to the high value of the 1991 Liberty penny? It all comes down to three main elements: condition, rarity, and demand. Coins graded at a high level, such as MS-67 or higher, are particularly valuable. The higher the grade, the fewer imperfections, and the more desirable the coin becomes. To identify if your 1991 penny could be worth a fortune, check for the following. Make sure there's no mint mark. This is crucial. Look for scratches, blemishes, or discoloration. A high-grade coin is typically shiny with clear details. Always consider getting your penny authenticated by a reputable grading service, especially if you believe it's in great condition. The market for rare coins can fluctuate, but the demand for the 1991 Liberty penny has remained strong among collectors. Recent auctions show that high-quality specimens have sold for six figures, with some hitting the $1 million mark. So if you have one of these in your collection, you might want to get it checked out. To wrap it up, the 1991 Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny without a mint mark is not just a piece of pocket change, it's a valuable collectible that could be worth $1 million. If you enjoyed learning about this coin, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your fellow coin lovers. Also, drop a comment below if you found any hidden treasures in your change. We're diving into a remarkable coin that has captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts alike, the 1991 Liberty Abraham Lincoln penny with the D mint mark. And you won't believe how much this little penny is worth. Let's take a closer look at this fascinating coin. The 1991 Lincoln penny was minted to honor our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln, who is featured on the obverse side, while the reverse showcases the iconic Union shield. But what makes the 1991 penny particularly special is the mint mark. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this penny was produced. So, why is this penny worth $1 million? The key lies in its rarity. Although millions were produced, certain 1991 D pennies are known for unique features, like errors or high-grade conditions, that significantly boost their value. Coins in pristine condition, graded by reputable grading services, can fetch upwards of $1 million at auction. The demand for this penny has skyrocketed among collectors. People are on the hunt for these rare gems, driving up their prices. But remember, it's not just about finding any 1991 D penny, it's about the condition and any distinctive features that could set it apart from the rest. Now, let's talk about how to identify if your 1991 D penny might be worth a fortune. Here are some tips. Look for the D located right under the date. Keep an eye out for any minting errors, such as double die or unusual markings. If you think you have one of these valuable pennies, you might be wondering where to sell it. Websites like eBay, heritage auctions, and local coin dealers can help you find the right buyer. Always get a professional appraisal before selling to ensure you get the best value.